Today is October 3rd, morning around 9:30, 9:45 a.m. And I just had a call from, usually, these people call me at a particular time to dictate me something. For example, yesterday I used a face moisturizer that wasn't mine, but I had a guest over and I think one of them probably forgot that. So I told you everything leads to super interrogation, as Dr. Richard Boylan says, right? So how they're going to do super interrogation that, oh, you used somebody else's face moisturizer, right? So they immediately had a call, like a scam call, while I was using that moisturizer. And I already knew that, and I was wondering how they will do super interrogation for this purpose. And sure enough, I'm still thinking, processing that thought in my head, and immediately I get a scam call. So yeah, this is what they've been doing it with me. Oh, you're gonna do this, then we're gonna do that. So now immediately I was taking shower, and I just actually today out of blue I saw Richard Bruce YouTube videos, right? And he was showing how the helicopter was passing by, and he actually take a shot of that helicopter. So he was able to take a shot of this man who was sitting in the helicopter, but he was looking, the helicopter was way far up, okay? It was literally over the top of the probably 20-story or 30-story building. It was that high, but he was able to capture the face of this I don't know, he was the pilot or he was sitting next to the pilot, but he was able to capture this guy's face, and he was looking right at Richard Bruce, okay? Now he's a TI, and he has been posting videos on reptilian shapeshifters who are these politicians and who are in Hollywood and all these, right? So the moment he starts to post this and upload it, and there will be helicopter activity, it will start within like few moments. I've talked about all my helicopter activity, but my dictation is always related to, oh, you do this, you don't do that, you do this, you don't do that. It's all part of dictation, especially when it comes to either cooking or when I'm doing something in my yard or something, I don't know, whatever. Usually it has to do with these kind of dictations, right? So anyways, and I have just shown the video of the helicopter activities that will just bypass either over my house or very next to my house. So if I'm in my kitchen area, they will come in the near the kitchen side. If I'm in bedroom area, so they'll come in my bedroom side. So all that is back side of the house. But if I'm in the office area, that is front side of the house, then the helicopters will pass on the front windows. So I'll have to go out from the front door and then take a video recording of them over there. So they know exactly where I am, and they will show up exactly in my view accordingly whenever they want to dictate me something. So anyways, I was watching his video, and so he was saying that there's a war going on. Satan and his armies like all these politicians, FBI, CAI, NSA, DARPA, DOD, Delta Force, Green Berets, Navy SEALs, all these people, even these local cops and everybody, Freemasons, Illuminati, all these satanic people, Hollywood, Bollywood, all kind of entertainment industry in China, Korea, everybody, they are in on this, right? That is the Satan's army. So Satan's army has waged a war against the TI. That's what he was saying. And he's like, if you're a TI, you'll be like continuously monitored, you'll be continuously watched, and they will do all these kind of activities. And then he was even talking about the gang stalking activities, or some kind of the white car that will always pass by whenever he's exiting a building or something like that. But that is his programming. My programming is different. And in fact, he started to say about this white car before even he exited the building, and sure enough, there was a white car passing by. So he's like, to a normal people, it just looks, oh, it's just normal, any white car can pass. But it's all these are demonic possessed, like Tanutsudan says, they are demonic possessed people. And like Robert Duncan says, they have ability to do improbable synchronization. So probably they are doing improbable synchronizations even with Richard Bruce. And they are not real gang stalkers. Yes, they are real gang stalkers when they do the raving of the engine, when they do it here with me to give me a particular signaling. But and even he might get real gang stalkers at some point, but then they mix these real gang stalkers with these demonic possessed people, like the evil within them will come out and they will act against these TIs, or they will try to sensitize about, these TIs about something. Like in Richard case, maybe these white cars are sensitizing him all the time. So that, imprints in your brain that, oh, this is what they are playing the games with me. But the helicopter activity was real. They were not possessed people. They were literally sent by these very watchers, who call themselves watchers. And then they tell them, oh, he has just uploaded this video. Oh, now you go and just bypass him, like pass nearby him so that he can literally see you, that a helicopter is passing by. Okay, anyway, so then it reminded me of this Will Smith's thing, when he's going, where his wife gets, his wife was bald, and they all are sitting during this award show, and this host is making mockery of Will Smith's wife, right? And Will Smith slaps this host, but all this was part of a show. It was all scripted, which people do not realize, because his movie was coming out where he's slapping people like 17 times in that movie. So it was all kind of scripted, okay? But yeah, he's doing a mockery of crying and all this. But then he says one line that, just watch, when you're at your most high, the devil will come for you. So then I'm just trying to understand all these, the little subtle messages that he kept saying, okay, devil will come for you. And then the Richard Bruce was saying that they are building their own army against the TI because we are the threat. Then I'm thinking of Obama, the iPad Go 2, that movie where they are showing Obama is sweating. Satan is controlling Obama, and Obama, who's Satan's puppet, has kind of graduated or is illuminated or something like that, but then he is sweating when a lotus is born. So lotus is like a divine figure is born. And then it just, everything kept it's like striking me immediately, like, from one point to second point, like how they put out all these subtle messages that then they were oh yeah, in all these Manifest Netflix series, or Ragnarok series, or even this Danish Netflix series that is related to aliens and meteorite. But in at least that Danish series, they're showing how Lucifer is after this TI, or the chosen one, or the starseed, to kill her. Then in the Manifest, they're showing this, not really like they try to show her a chosen one, but they try to show in a way entire series, everything is upside down in that series. So good is shown evil and evil is shown good, okay? So anytime they are showing Christians or church or anybody wearing a cross, there they are showing that they are mentally disturbed people, they are extremist people, they are evil people. So that is the programming they are doing on the public. But we know Satan does everything upside down, and the other people are shown very loving, very caring, very, very, very all that, right? But they do show one thing which is ringing in the ear, which is actually happening to TIs all over the world, because these people are using directed energy weapons on us, right? And I've been saying it since last few days, few weeks, like they have been doing a lot of ear, like pulling off my eardrum or giving pressure on the right side of my eardrum. And my targeting is like everything on the right side means, oh, don't do that, right? So yeah, they have already damaged the right side of my eardrum a lot. So anyways, then in that series, they are showing this woman, this lady, who calls herself as if she's a chosen one, who is here to save the world, and then this Stone, Michaela Stone girl, she just talks all bad about this girl, that, oh, you are a psychopath and you are a sociopath, and you are the most lonely person on this planet, and you think you can save the world, but you are the most evil person. So basically she just goes on bitching around this girl, okay, that how evil she is. And she's shown to wear a cross, okay, in that Netflix series. So again, they want to make TI as the most psycho people, most evil people on this planet, okay. Then again, the next programming comes in the Ragnarok Netflix series. They are shown this Thor, okay, so-called Thor, who gets all these powers, special powers and all this. But then at the end, they try to show him a psycho, okay. And then, of course, he's not even fighting these reptilians, okay. And they are having like a peace with the reptilians. This so-called Thor, the chosen one, the TI, the Starseed, okay. He's having a peace deal with these reptilians, and so now they are living peacefully together at the end. But then they are also mind programming the mass that, oh look, the chosen one, the Starseed, the TI, they were just psycho, okay. It was all in his brain all this time. So this is the kind of bizarre, stupid ending these people come up with. And yet in another movie I saw something very similar, where they're showing all these chosen ones and TIs, to be like, they think they have these special powers, and then they're always try to show psycho. But anyways, then comes another, it is animated cartoon series, and in that they're showing how Washington DC, like Pentagon, like all of those presidents and everybody in Washington, they fear this monster, or basically it's that divine being, who's kind of clone. Well, in that thing they are showing as a clone. But again, they use all these subtle messages that, oh look, the person is like a TI or a chosen one of the Starseed, and they are fearing us so much that if allowed, then they will destroy entire Washington DC. So that is why it makes sense why they are targeting me so much hardly, right? Because literally Obama is there sweating, or Washington DC is there sweating. They literally fear us. And in that cartoon they go on showing about how all these presidents and how all these senators, they're all reptilians, how Washington DC is going to be attacked by the UFOs, how they were ushering in the New World Order and One World Order and all that stuff. Then again, there's another, basically it's the same programming. So here they are trying to show that a divine and a war between a divine and this Satan, okay. So now I'm getting a call. So I just came out of shower, and immediately I get a call from let's see if I can. Okay, the number is 573-279-6048. 573-279-6048, okay? And I knew that this is some kind of scam call, but it's not a random scam call. It's coming from these very NSA, CIA, DARPA, DOD, Delta Force, whoever are out there, right? And they have all their pawns everywhere. So they know what kind of scripts to tell. So just because I'm having all these thoughts, now they had 1 hour of time, because I was watching Richard Bruce video when I was having my breakfast. Then I, cleaned the bathroom and all that, and then I went for shower. I came out, and while I was just getting ready, I got this call. So they had enough time to come up with a script. So there was some Asian lady who was talking about this credit card company and all that. Right now, what happened was, I'm like, which company are you calling from? So you know what she said? She called me from Supreme Trouble Credit Company. Now I'm here trying to do a little search on Google that, even if it's a scam call, people would have mentioned about the Supreme's Trouble Credit Company. Now, the number itself is so weird. Like, if you're a scammer, you wouldn't come up with a name called Trouble, first of all. So it doesn't seem right to have that kind of name, like Supreme Trouble, okay, for a scammer. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So if it's a legit company, still, why you want to name your company as a Supreme Trouble? And then I'm Googling and I couldn't find a single website that is either legit or even shows as a scam. So it is telling me clearly that these people come up with a script, and the subtle message here was Supreme Trouble. Okay, so Supreme is in trouble or something like that. So basically they want to say that this Supreme Divine Being is in trouble by this Satan's army, because that is what I've been thinking for past an hour. All these thoughts, from Will Smith's line that remember when you are at your most high, the devil will come for you. Then a lot of these Richard Bruce and a lot of the other Chosen Ones video, you go watch Chosen Ones video, you go watch Almas Jacobs video, go watch any of these people's video, a lot of them are Satan themselves, Billy Crone pastor or whoever, all these pastors, who talk about rapture and this and that, but they talk, it's one thing they continuously talk, that Satan's army is waging war against the good ones. Now I saw a old Hollywood movie where they were showing the circle with a dot, the same programming that they show in Manifest Cities, circle with a dot, okay? They literally, in that Hollywood movie, they were showing a red circle with a dot, so it's a targeted individual, and that individual is apparently a pure soul. That's what they're showing, and there was a man in that movie, and the Satan's army, the Satan's people, were literally kept watching this targeted individual and trying to harm him and his family, try to put differences between him and his daughter and his family, and try to prove him a psycho. And at last, the family realizes, and when he's dying, he's with this Lucifer and the Satan's realm, but he's fighting there so much and trying to come back to our world. And here his family, they are praying for his father and his friends and all that. His friends are praying for this man, and then he, with all his mighty force, he breaks the chain of that realm, Lucifer's realm, and he comes back to this world and he's saved. So that is what, it's the same programming that's going on. So these people are literally calling me. The lady just called me saying, oh, I'm from Supreme Trouble Credit Company. Okay, so here is the mind, this is kind of mind program. And I tell people, these are not scammers. They are literally the NSA, CIA, Delta Force people who are put there to call you at a particular time to give you particular messages, which people are not even realizing. Now, I don't know how they are playing with other normal people out there, but in my programming, this is how they do. A specific person will call at a specific time. So say Medicare company will call, like when they want to make issue about, say I'm eating something, say pastry or something, and they want to make issue about health, then a Medicare company will call. Or I'm using, let's say, if they feel like I'm using more oil, ghee, butter, then a Medicare company will call. Or if I am eating ice cream or feeding that to somebody else, then a Medicare company will call. Now they're giving me electric shock on the right side of my head. Like, you see how they do everything. So in the morning, what else happened today? So when I was making my tea and boiled eggs and all that, what I do is I wash my hands, and I also wash the tap, the little tap where you have the tap water, I also wash it with soap, so that is clean for me. Okay, and then what happened was, my mother-in-law, she came, she used the tap in between, and now to me, like, that tap is not that disinfected anymore. So what I used was, I had like a grater in my hand and I wanted to wash it off, so I use a clean towel that I have on my side of the kitchen, and I folded it. I made 2-3 layers of it, and I opened the tap, I washed it, and then I swished the tissue that I was holding in my left hand, I switched it to right hand, and I made sure that I use my thumb exactly at the position where I was holding the tissue on the left side with the left thumb. And then I was washing my left hand, and then I turned off the tap, and then immediately they gave me electric shock on the right side of my head. Why? Oh, look, now the microorganisms from the paper towel transfer to your hands, and now your hands are dirty. That is all they wanted. They want to horn into anything, like I said. So they got a chance to horn into that, although I made sure that I don't touch that part of the tissue. And in normal life, normal people would be just using a tab. They wouldn't even do all these, take a paper tissue, fold it, make it few layers, and then open and close. That they won't do all this in normal life. But I have to do it because that is my hygiene programming. And I told you, I showed you the military article where the guy clearly said about electronic harassment on targeted or on individuals like us. Oh, it's a perfect homemaker's recipe. We are creating perfect homemaker's recipe. So in perfect world, you cannot, you have to again wash your hands and again wash the tap, and make sure that your hands have all these the skin is peeling because of continuous use of soap and chemicals and all that, right? That is okay for them, because I literally had skin peeling and everything right here in my hands, and I had to make sure that I don't keep washing my hands continuously with soap and chemicals all the time. So this is the way I have to find, and then they immediately give me electric shock. Then here, when I was washing the toilet, they have done this before also many times in 2017, 18, 19, 20, or like I'm spraying all the surfaces of the toilet and then I'm wiping it down. But when it comes to the rim of the bowl, say if I spray first before cleaning the inside of the bowl, then they will give me electric shocks. Okay, they have done this before. And to them, I thought that I'm going to immediately wipe it down the rim of the bowl. But no, I did not. I just sprayed it and let it stay there while I'm cleaning the inside of the bowl. But they couldn't think that because they have the third class level IQ, I told you, right? So when they realized, oh, they just made a bummer, they just turned out to be that Ragnarok director and Ragnarok's, that screenwriter kind of dumb person, the watcher, whoever is watching me right now, they turned out to be that dumb. And they were like, oh, now they just screwed up. They just said that, oh, we are so dumb. We didn't realize that you were to clean the bowl first and then clean the rim part. But that is the program. So they immediately gave electric shock for no reason, right? This is what they do. So yeah, I have to go through all these their hygiene stupid program, and they try to even immediately give me this feverish kind of stuff. Oh, look, now everything you touch the tap, and so now we are going to give you this feverish kind of stuff. So they immediately start to give me little fever kind of thing. I told you all these are induced fever. They can do it by witchcraft. And it's very subtle heat I feel in my body, but it resembles a fever. Okay, and every time, like I told you the other day, I was having this tissue. I was wiping down all the kitchen surfaces and everything, but then I went to laundry room and there was a cupboard, and say I wiped down the knob of that cupboard, and then I threw away that tissue, and then I washed my oh, now they are giving me twitch on the left side of my leg. I don't know. They want to say, yeah, we did all that. Maybe they want to confirm it. So here, there's a confirmation also going on at the same time. So then I washed my gloves with the soap and water, and yet they wanted to make issue. And so they immediately then gave me induced fever, because that was little more induced fever. So right now also they've given me induced fever. So they are just basically confirming in this video that yes, we are giving you induced fever, when they gave me one twitch on the left side of my leg. They just gave me. Okay, so yeah, this is what they do, and this is Satan's army. Because you go to Richard Bruce's website, and there's also another website he has posted on YouTube. He was showing how they eat children, how these reptilians, they want to eat children, how they want to do human and child sacrifice, how they want to do all these killings, right? They are sacrifices for their Lucifer. And so, and how they all are reptilian shapeshifters. So basically, they're, and the same thing they're showing even in this animated cartoon on Netflix series. The animated cartoon is showing same thing. All these senators and presidents, they're all like reptilians there, They are running clone lab, they are running sex lab, they are running all these, they are doing all these kind of sacrifices. Even in this Ragnarok, you will see same thing. These people, the giants whom they call, but they show them like a reptilians, and they say, they don't show it, but they do say that, oh, we do all these sacrifices. Okay, but yeah, they do say that, look, this is the skull, this was the human sacrifice done to us, done to those giants, to those reptilians. So these people are reptilians, these queens and all these people. So they, yes, they are doing human sacrifices, which I've been telling it, which Almas Jacob has been telling, which Revelations of Jesus Christ YouTuber has been telling, that yes, they do human sacrifice, child sacrifice, all these is being done for Satan. And these people want to make issue about, oh, you touch your knob here, you touch your hand here, oh, you touch, oh, you are cleaning this first, you're not cleaning this later. You see how little things that they hone into continuously to make our life so much, because they have absolute problem with me, because in all these Netflix series, movies, everywhere, they are showing my either it's my birth date or my address or my hairstyle. Every single thing is related to me, because, and that is why I'm being hit the hardest of all other TIs and starseeds out there, because somehow these people fear me and my soul, and that is why they are so adamant on targeting me and destroying me so much.